Why do so many women reject the very man everyone says they should want? You work hard, music treat her with respect, stay loyal, and put her first, yet she loses interest while chasing music men who challenge her. The truth is brutal. Being a good man alone will not make a music woman desire you. In fact, some of the habits that make you nice will make you easy music to ignore, easy to replace, and impossible to respect. In this video, you'll discover 7 reasons why women music do not want a good man. Once you understand these truths, you will stop making music the mistakes that push women away and start seeing relationships through a completely different lens. Stay until the end because the music last reason explains what most men never realize until it's music too late. Comment. I choose clarity. Number 1, she wants music a challenge. You believe that being kind, loyal, dependable, and always available should naturally make you attractive. You put her needs first, answer every message. Change your schedule music to fit hers. Avoid disagreements and convince yourself that constant effort will earn her affection. Then something unexpected music happens. Instead of becoming more interested, she becomes less invested. Her replies muse becomes shorter. Her excitement fades and you start wondering what you did wrong. That question sends you into a cycle of music trying even harder. But extra effort without self-respect rarely music changes the outcome. Attraction is not built by proving that you can sacrifice yourself endlessly. Music grows when she sees a man who has direction, standards, and a life that does not revolve around winning someone's approval. When every music decision you make depends on keeping her happy, you quietly communicate that your own purpose comes second. That changes music how you carry yourself, how you speak, and how you react to every music's small change in her behavior. Instead of leading your own life, you begin following hers. You check your phone too often, overthink music, simple conversations, and give away your peace of mind. This is music where everything starts to fall apart. The answer is not becoming cold or disrespectful. The answer is becoming grounded. Wake up every day with goals that exist whether she is present or not. Build your career, improve your health, strengthen your mind, and protect your time. Learn to say no without guilt. Learn to disagree without anger. Learn to music walk away from situations that demand you abandon your values. A man who music respects himself does not need to announce his value because his actions music speak before his words do. He is calm under pressure, patient when things do not music go his way, and steady when emotions run high. He does music not chase validation because he already knows what he stands for. Ironically, when your life becomes music full of purpose, you stop measuring your worth by someone else's attention. You become more music relaxed, more confident, and more authentic. That is the music real challenge. It is not about becoming difficult to reach. It is about becoming difficult music to distract from your mission. When you reach that point, every relationship music improves because it is built on choice instead of need. Even music, if one relationship ends, your identity stays intact because it was never music built on another person's approval in the first place. Number 2, she gets bored with music nice guys. There is a difference between being genuinely kind and being afraid to disappoint people. At first, music, those two things can look the same, but over time they create completely different music lives. Genuine kindness comes from strength. People music pleasing comes from fear. If every conversation is shaped by trying to avoid conflict, if every opinion changes the moment someone disagrees with you, and if every decision is made to keep another person comfortable, you slowly disappear inside your own life. You stop expressing what you really think because you worry that honesty will cost you the relationship. You accept treatment that goes music against your values because you are afraid of losing someone. You become exhausted music because you are carrying the weight of keeping everyone else happy while ignoring music yourself. Healthy relationships cannot grow in that environment because respect depends on honesty, not constant music agreement. When you never challenge an unfair situation, never communicate your music standards, and never protect your boundaries, you teach others that your needs always come last. Over time, that pattern music becomes normal and changing it feels uncomfortable. Yet discomfort music is exactly where growth begins. Start speaking clearly instead of speaking carefully. Say what music you mean without trying to control how every person reacts. Protect your time music with the same commitment you protect your income. Invest in friendships, work, fitness, learning music, and purpose, so your life becomes rich beyond any relationship. This changes your mindset, because you stop acting from fear of losing someone and start acting from confidence in yourself. You no longer depend on music constant reassurance to stay secure. You understand that the right person will appreciate honesty, consistency, and self-respect music, rather than endless self-sacrifice. That realization transforms every part of your life. You become music calmer because you stop chasing outcomes you cannot control. You become music stronger because you focus on your own actions instead of someone else's music choices. You become more attractive because your confidence grows from disciplined music instead of approval. That is the shift that changes everything. Instead of asking what you must music do to keep someone interested, you begin asking whether the relationship is healthy, balanced, music, and worthy of your time. The moment your standards rise, your decisions improve, your confidence grows, and your future begins moving in a completely different direction. If you are ready to stop repeating the same music painful patterns and finally build the confidence, discipline, boundaries, and relationship skills that will completely transform your life. The Stoic Relationship Blueprint course for men is now available for a limited time at more than 30% music off, but this special offer will end very soon. So don't miss this life-changing opportunity. We have been working day and night to build our most complete course ever, drawing on over 2,000 music years of timeless wisdom and turning it into a simple step-by-step system that will save you years of confusion, help you lead with strength and clarity, and give you lifetime access to knowledge you will use for the rest of your life. So, check out the link in the comments before the discount disappears. If you're ready to take control of your future instead of leaving it to chance, comment Blueprint course below. Secure your place today and discover why this is the course thousands of men wish they had found years earlier. Number 3. She tests your strength. Every relationship music will eventually reach moments where your patience, judgment, and self-control are put under pressure. Sometimes she questions your decisions, changes her attitude without warning, or pushes back simply to see how you respond. The mistake is believing that every disagreement must be solved immediately, or that every emotional moment requires an emotional response from you. When you react to every change in her mood, argue over every small issue, or become defensive whenever she challenges you, you give away your emotional stability. Your attention shifts from leading your own life to constantly managing the relationship. That creates anxiety instead of confidence. Real strength is not about raising your voice, trying to win every argument, or proving that you are always right. It is about remaining calm when emotions rise, listening without losing your composure, and refusing to make decisions from frustration. A grounded man understands that not every comment deserves a reaction, and not every disagreement deserves a battle. He pauses before speaking, thinks before acting, and refuses to let temporary emotions control permanent decisions. That kind of discipline changes everything because it protects your peace instead of sacrificing it for short-term approval. It also changes the way others respond to you. People naturally respect someone who remains steady under pressure, because steadiness communicates confidence. This is something you build every single day through your habits. Wake up with purpose. Keep your promises to yourself. Take care of your body. Develop useful skills, and stop allowing your mood to depend on another person's attention. The stronger your foundation becomes, the less every disagreement shakes you. You stop looking for constant reassurance because your confidence comes from your own actions. Instead of asking yourself whether she approves of you, you begin asking whether your choices match your values. That single shift transforms your relationships because your identity music no longer depends on someone else's reactions. You become someone who can love deeply without abandoning music himself, support another person without neglecting his own purpose, and walk away music from unhealthy patterns without losing his sense of direction. That music is genuine strength, and it will serve you long after any single relationship ends. Number 4. She loses respect when you always agree. Harmony is valuable, but constant agreement is not the same as respect. If you silence your own opinions every time you think they will create tension, you music slowly teach others that your perspective does not matter. At first this seems harmless because you believe you are keeping the peace. But over time you become someone who avoids difficult conversations, hides disappointment, and accepts music situations that go against your values. The relationship begins to music revolve around keeping one person comfortable, while the other quietly carries the burden. That is music, not balance. Healthy relationships require honesty. Music. Even when honesty creates uncomfortable conversations, speaking your mind with respect music is very different from creating unnecessary conflict. It means music expressing what you believe without trying to control the other person's response. It means saying no music when something crosses your boundaries instead of saying yes simply to avoid music tension. It means protecting your standards even when doing so music is difficult. This approach builds confidence because every time music you act according to your principles, you strengthen your trust in yourself. You stop music seeing disagreement as something to fear and start seeing it as a natural part of two independent people building a music relationship together. That mindset removes a huge amount of pressure because you no longer believe that your music role is to keep everyone happy all the time. Your responsibility is to be honest, respectful, disciplined, and consistent. Everything else is outside your control. Once you accept that truth, music, your conversations become calmer, your decisions become clearer, and your relationships become healthier. You stop music apologizing for having standards. Stop changing your identity music to match someone else's expectations. And stop measuring your worth by whether another person always music approves of you. Instead, you become someone whose confidence is built on integrity. People music can disagree with you without shaking your foundation because your direction music comes from within. That quiet certainty becomes one of your greatest strengths. It allows you to invest music in relationships without losing yourself. Give without music becoming resentful and care deeply while still protecting your peace. The result is not just stronger relationships but a stronger life. Because every decision begins with self-respect instead of fear. If you're ready to build that kind of confidence and self-respect music in every area of your life, the Stoic Relationship Blueprint Music ebook for men is filled with timeless principles that have helped generations of music men develop discipline, emotional strength, and better relationship habits. And it's now available as an audiobook music so you can listen while walking, jogging, driving, or training and turn everyday moments into music opportunities for growth. This isn't just another book you'll read once and forget. It will music always be yours, giving you lifetime access to practical lessons you can return to whenever life tests music your character or you need clear direction. If you're serious about transforming music the way you think, lead, and build stronger relationships, check out the link in the description today and make this investment music in yourself before another year passes without the progress you deserve. Number 5, she wants a man with options. One of the music's biggest mistakes you can make is building your entire world around one relationship, while quietly letting music every other part of your life fade away. At first it seems like commitment, but over time music, it becomes dependence. Your schedule revolves around her availability. Your mood rises music and falls based on her attention. And your goals slowly move into the background music because keeping the relationship alive becomes your main priority. This creates music pressure that neither of you benefits from. A healthy relationship music should add to your life, not replace it. The strongest position music you can be in is knowing that your purpose, your discipline, your friendships, your work, your health, and music, your future continue moving forward regardless of your relationship music status. That does not mean playing games or trying to make someone jealous. It means music becoming the kind of man who has genuine choices because he has built a meaningful life. Your options music begin with your character, not with the number of people interested in you. You have music options when you can walk away from situations that disrespect your values. You have options music when your happiness does not depend on one person's approval. You have options when you continue music investing in your career, instead of sacrificing your ambitions for temporary comfort. You have options music when you protect your physical and mental health, instead of neglecting yourself, while trying to earn someone else's music affection. This mindset changes everything because it removes music desperation from your actions. You stop trying to force outcomes that are outside music your control and start focusing on the only things you truly own: your choices, music, your habits, and your response to every situation. That quiet confidence music becomes visible without you saying a word. You listen more carefully, speak more clearly, and make music decisions with patience instead of fear. If someone pulls away, you do not music abandon yourself trying to close the distance. You continue building your life because your direction never depends on another person's changing emotions. Ironically, this is when music relationships become healthier. You are no longer asking someone else to carry the responsibility of your confidence because you music have already accepted that responsibility yourself. Every day becomes music another opportunity to improve your skills, strengthen your discipline, and become a man who keeps his promises to himself. When you consistently do that, music, your standards naturally rise. You become more selective about the people how you allow into your life because you recognize music, that your time is valuable and your attention is earned, not given away without thought. Instead of music asking whether someone will choose you, you begin asking whether the relationship supports music, the future you are building. That single question changes your perspective completely. It encourages you to invest in people who communicate honestly, respect your boundaries, and encourage your growth instead of distracting you from it. You stop confusing attention with compatibility and stop believing that sacrificing your identity is the price of love. The truth music is simple. The more complete your life becomes outside of a relationship, the stronger you music become inside one. Your confidence comes from your actions. Your peace comes from your discipline. And your future is shaped by the standards you refuse to compromise. That music is how you reclaim control of your life. You stop waiting for another person to define your worth, and music start creating a life that stands on its own. From that point forward, every relationship becomes a choice rather than a necessity. And that is one music of the greatest forms of freedom a man can achieve. Number 6, she chases status music and confidence. Confidence changes the way you walk into a room before you even say a single word. Music is not about expensive clothes, a luxury car, or trying to prove that you are more important than everyone else. It comes from music knowing who you are, living by your principles, and refusing to compromise your values for approval. Too often music you believe that working harder to impress her will create attraction, so you give more, explain more, apologize music more, and slowly place her opinion above your own. That decision quietly music weakens your confidence because every choice begins to depend on whether she accepts you. Music. The moment your peace depends on another person's response, you hand over control music of your emotional state. That is why your first responsibility is not convincing someone to value you. It is becoming a man whose value music comes from the way he lives every single day. Build your skills until your work speaks music for itself. Keep your promises even when nobody is watching. Stay disciplined music when motivation disappears. Protect your health because a strong body supports a strong music mind. Spend time with people who challenge you to improve instead of music encouraging excuses. Every one of these habits strengthens your confidence because they create evidence that you can rely on yourself. When you music trust yourself, your words become calmer, your decisions become clearer, and your presence music becomes stronger. You stop trying to impress people because you are focused on becoming someone you genuinely music respect. That shift changes every relationship. Instead of wondering music what you must do to gain someone's attention, you begin asking whether that person brings music honesty, loyalty, encouragement, and respect into your life. Your standards music rise because your self-respect rises with them. If someone is drawn only to appearance, music, money, or social image, you no longer see that as something you must compete music for. You recognize that lasting relationships require much more music than surface-level success. They require character, consistency, trust, and emotional maturity. Those qualities music cannot be bought, copied, or faked over time. They are music built through daily discipline and quiet integrity. This understanding gives you freedom music because you stop comparing yourself with every other man. Comparison steals your music attention from the work that truly matters. There will always be someone richer, taller, stronger, or more successful. But there will music never be another man who can live your purpose for you. Your mission is to music become stronger than the person you were yesterday, not to win an endless competition with strangers. Every hour music you spend improving your skills, managing your finances wisely, learning something useful, music strengthening your body, and developing emotional discipline is an investment that music no one can take away. That investment creates genuine confidence because it is earned music through action instead of borrowed from praise. When setbacks music happen, you recover faster because your identity is built on your character rather than outside approval. You no longer panic when someone loses interest music or changes direction, because you understand that your future is not tied music to one relationship. You continue moving forward with purpose. Ironically, this quiet music confidence often earns more respect than trying to prove your worth ever could. People music naturally notice those who remain composed under pressure, stay focused on meaningful goals, music, and carry themselves with humility instead of arrogance. The greatest music form of status is not what you own or what others think about you. It is the music ability to look at your own life with honesty and know that you are becoming the music man you set out to be. Once you reach that point, your confidence no longer depends on attention, validation music, or temporary success. It becomes part of your character, and that is music, something no one else has the power to give or take away. She wants a man who is already living music his purpose. Your biggest advantage is never trying to become the person someone else music expects you to be. The moment you build your life around gaining approval, you lose sight of your own direction. You begin measuring your value by texts, attention, compliments, and whether a relationship is music going well. And every small change in someone else's behavior starts controlling music your mood. That is an exhausting way to live, because your peace depends on something you cannot control. Music. The answer is not becoming distant or pretending you do not care. The answer is music, creating a life that remains meaningful with or without a relationship. Wake up with music goals that belong to you. Develop skills that increase your value. Take pride in music your work. Train your body because discipline strengthens your mind as much music as your health. Read, learn, save money, and become dependable because those habits build confidence that cannot be shaken by temporary setbacks. As your music life becomes richer, your relationships become healthier because you stop expecting another person to complete music, what you have neglected within yourself. You bring stability instead of insecurity, purpose instead of music confusion, and consistency instead of emotional highs and lows. That changes music, the conversations you have, the standards you set, and the people you allow into your life. You stop music chasing attention and start protecting your time. You stop trying music to convince someone to see your worth and start asking whether they deserve a place in the future you are building. This shift transforms music your entire outlook because your confidence no longer depends on being chosen. It comes from choosing yourself every single day through your actions. There will always be people who appreciate your character and people who do music not. That is outside your control. What remains within music your control is your response, your discipline, your integrity, and the standards you refuse to lower. When you accept that truth, disappointment loses its power over you because you understand that another person's decision never defines your value. Every challenge music becomes an opportunity to grow stronger instead of becoming bitter. Every music setback becomes a lesson instead of an excuse to quit. Instead of wasting years trying to become acceptable to everyone, you become exceptional music at being yourself. Ironically, that is when you attract healthier relationships, because you are no longer searching music for someone to rescue you from loneliness or uncertainty. You are inviting someone to share a life that already music has direction. That is a completely different mindset. It creates peace because your music happiness is built on your daily habits instead of someone else's changing emotions. It creates music resilience because your identity is rooted in your principles instead of outside validation. It creates music freedom because you stop fearing the end of a relationship and start focusing on becoming the strongest version of yourself. In the end, the greatest victory is not finding someone who approves of you. It is becoming a man who respects himself so deeply in music that he never abandons his values, never loses his purpose, and never allows another person's music choices to determine the course of his life. The truth is simple. Your music life will not change because you watch this video. It will change music because you decide to take action today. If you're serious about becoming music a stronger, calmer, and more disciplined man, don't let this music opportunity pass you by. The Stoic Relationship Blueprint course is available music for a limited time at more than 30% off, and that offer will music end soon. You can also get the Stoic Relationship Blueprint ebook or audiobook and own music, this timeless knowledge for life, so you can revisit it whenever you need music guidance. Years from now, you will either be grateful you invested in yourself today or wish you had started sooner. The choice is yours, but opportunities like this don't stay around forever. Check out the links in the music description before they're gone, and take the first step toward becoming the man you know you're capable of becoming.